Here's Cam Newton talking about Tua.
Tua Tagovailoa is making more than Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Baker Mayfield, Matthew Stafford, Jaden Daniels. Am I pocket watching? No. I'm putting things into perspective here. What Biggie say? More money, more problems. Well, in this case, it should be more money, more expectations. When I see Tua Tagovailoa over this year alone, I've heard him more than I ever have. That's not to say you can't talk. I like quiet Tua, Alabama Tua, chip on the shoulder Tua. Not, is somebody gonna come in and watch film? Hey, let's see what this is. Hey, I was this since I was that. Taking certain things. Man, bro, what you're being paid, what you're asked to do, what you have the capability of from one quarterback to the other, I look at a situation as like, bro, come on, dog.
It is really crazy to see that both players, both quarterbacks who were in Carolina, Sam Darnold and Baker Mayfield, are now reinvented somewhere else. Darnold has been better so far this season in Seattle than he was in Minnesota. Let's play Tua's response here to Cam Newton.
Cam Newton said it the other night.
Well, anybody can play quarterback in this league then. I mean, I want to see anybody on the streets come and play quarterback. I mean, Cam's doing his thing for sure, but you know, I think it's easier to be able to hold a clicker and talk about it that way, or talk about what someone else is doing wrong when you're not going out and having to do the same as them, right? So I think it's easy to do that. I think anybody can do that. I don't think anybody can play quarterback.
I mean, I'm worried about Tua.
He knows that Cam Newton played the game at a very high level.
It doesn't seem like he remembers, right?
He was the MVP of the league.
He's like, it's easy to
really good.
It's easy to armchair me from like a studio. Like that guy's got the bona fides.
I would rather have Cam Newton start on Monday night than Tua.
That's crazy.
I think the Dolphins would have a greater chance of winning the
Did
football
you
game.
see Cam his last two
couple
seasons?
pretty well.
I'd rather him just take the ball and run it 3 yards at a time
That's
right up the middle in a QB draw than what the offense is going to be with Tua.
Even when he was on a decline, though, he had a couple of like games.
He has
that
moments.
He had showed you. It's
been a while
game
since he's
against
gotten
the Seahawks.
physically abused as a quarterback.
Yeah, like I
let
think
him go out there.
I think he's got one more in him. The thing with Tua is there wasn't much of a debate on paying Tua nationally. Like the main concern is, can we invest this much money in a guy that is a hit away? More so than, I mean, I know everybody's a hit away, but more so than the average person. That was the real debate. It was never really the performance because everybody was pretty well convinced that if this guy is healthy, he's worth the money. It's pretty shocking that he's healthy, presumably healthy, and he's bad right now.
You have heard me make the argument that the Dolphins, a regional team, have 3 personalities that are nationally relevant, all of them polarizing: McDaniel, Tyreek Hill, and Tua. And the most polarizing of them is Tua, because we've been arguing for seasons now, is he good? Is he worth the money? And you're right when you say that most of us would have said, just like you pay Trevor Lawrence, if Trevor Lawrence is going to get that money, then Tua deserves something close to that money. But I think I can make the argument as we speak here, when all of us know that in sports, what happened to Barkov can happen to anyone at any time. You're doing things that are physical, injury risks are prevalent, and they are largely random. But I go ahead and defy you to take all of sports right now and give me a guy more likely to be injured in the way we do the diagnosis while assessing what players are than that guy, where you just assume that he's a bigger injury risk than other people because you're assuming he's a hit away from retirement. Like if I gave you all of sports and said, give me a name that you just think of, and I know it's not fair, but it's what we're doing.
Yeah,
like
retirement's different. I do think Joe Burrow is inching towards that conversation. Like this guy's more likely to get injured on a given hit, even one that looks like kind of run-of-the-mill. But career-ending, it's Tua by a wide gulf.
Christian McCaffrey's not too far away. Like it feels like he's a couple hits away from like, ooh, something's not really right.
It's not even so much hits with him because he's still running
Soft
pretty
tissue,
hard. I mean, he's out there and he's been excellent this season. I think he's shocking a lot of people with how good he's been. But it's like he's got all these like muscular injuries and
ligaments.
That's scary.
Chris Olave is good for 2 concussions a season.
Yeah, I'm worried about him.
If he has
Yeah.
another bad concussion, like we might be talking Tua status there.
It is interesting, though, when I think about it, to just offer the audience, I'm giving you all of sports. Who's the guy that you think is the biggest injury risk? And Dolphin quarterback is where a lot of us are going down here.